here. So I'm coming to you with my nighttime routine that I use when my hair is straight to kind of maintain the press overnight. At first I used to wrap my hair, but then once it got to a certain length and a certain thickness, I noticed that it would kind of cause it was really easy to cause like kinks or waves in the hair. It was hard to get like it really smooth and wrapped around so that when it would be taken down, it was still straight. So what I decided to start doing was to start taking my wrap and just tying it flat around my head and then pulling it down as much as I can to have as much of like the satin silky part on my hair, and then on top of just sleeping with my satin pillowcase and seeing if I could get a better, more like smoother, straight result and not as many kinks when I wake up in the morning. And I definitely found success with that. So I wanted to post up a video and let you guys know that if you're having issues with your wrap and you're feeling like when you wake up in the morning, it's too wavy or too kinky, or it created a crease when you wrapped your hair, and then you feel like, well, now I feel like I have to straighten it, or I feel like I have to do something to it to try to make it flatten itself out. This is an alternative that you can try to use. And what I may get to the point of is getting one of those longer bonnets where maybe like my hair can fit in that as well, so that I can make sure it's definitely covered by something satin all night. Because there might be times, or like what I do is I have to like lay my hair flat, and I constantly am like adjusting it at night, because sometimes if my hair gets caught under my neck and I get hot, I'll find that that part of the hair has been sweated out. So what might help is having like a satin, that longer one, so that it won't create another crease with it being folded up. So my hair can lay flat in that, but still be surrounded by satin. So that might be something that I go to as well. But this is a great alternative for the time being. So I'll show you guys how to do it, because I'm someone who, after I put heat on my hair, after I straighten it, I'm not putting any more heat on it. That's the goal. Like until I go back to natural, and even when I'm natural, I never put heat on my hair. So this is the only time that I apply heat, is when I go straight. And it's like really, really straight. So, I mean, it's a lot of heat, and I already have heat damage. So I'm trying to lessen and combat that as much as I can. So I definitely don't want to reapply heat after it's already been through what it's been through to get to this state. So what I'll do is that I'll just walk around with a kink. I don't care. And I'll just kind of hopefully let it like smooth itself out throughout the day, or I'll comb my kind of hands through it or flatten it to try to like work itself out. But it's okay. I'll walk around with a kink. Or like this time when I straightened my hair, I had slept on it, and so this part had gotten kinky, and then I just like kind of worked my fingers through it and tried to work it out. And I still think this underneath is a little bit kinkier than this one, which this is my kinky side anyway, so it's not surprising. But I'll just leave it that way. And it does smooth itself out a little bit. It might not be as straight as it was, but I'm okay with that. And you'll see the results. I'll post the results fresh in the morning. I'm not going to do any work to it. I'm really going to show you guys exactly what it looks like after I've slept on it. Okay? So let me show you how I do it. Let me get my hair tie. So I have a pretty loose hair tie because I really don't like hair ties either. So and this is like an organized version of it. Sometimes I just throw the wrap on, but sometimes when you're tying it, your hair can get caught. And so this is like the real organized way of doing it. So I'll put my hair tie in, not tight, just high enough. Oh, and I'll show you the trick that I use. So like when my underneath gets kinky and I want to try to straighten it out, I don't know if it really does anything. I feel like it makes a little bit of a difference. I'll take my wrap. I put my wrap on the top. I wrap it under the bottom. I don't tie it yet because I want that slack to be able to pull it up and like kind of flatten out that back part. And I do that regardless of whether it's kinked up at night. And then this helps like this stay flat as well as the back, which are typically the parts of your hair that are going to sweat out the most because they're the closest to your scalp. So I'll tie it, tuck in my little ends, right? And then you see my hair tie is already coming down, right? So now it's all the way in there. And then I pull the hair up. I pull the wrap up in the back. So like the silky part kind of like makes it a little bit more taut and it helps straighten it out. It's kind of the same theory, you know, when we wrap our hair and then we wrap the satin on top of it to help straighten it out. That's what I used to do back when my hair was shorter, and it would work. If like my hair had gotten kinky, all I'd have to do, or started to get kinky, like once you get to a certain point, it's just gone. But if I was trying to recorrect it, I would wrap it really tight and then put the satin around it really tight, and it would help kind of flatten it out and reset it. So this is that same theory, except for it's working mostly for this top part of your head. And then, like I said, if you do it right, you'll pull up this back part and it'll kind of help with the back part. So I'll show you that. So it's kind of wrapped up there to kind of straighten that out and recorrect it. But this is all I do, and try to pull down the scarf as much as possible. So as much of my hair is covered by the scarf as possible. And then I'll show you the pillowcase that I use. So I just use a regular black satin pillowcase. This changed my life, you guys. Like I went out and got a whole bunch of these, and I absolutely love them. They make a huge difference when you're sleeping. They even made a difference for my skin. I started to break out from the oils that I was using, and I'll do a video on that as well. But once I started using these, it really made a huge difference. So you definitely want to get you one of these. I mean, they have them at the dollar store. I got it at the Dollar Tree. Like, you can't beat that. So I just sleep on this. Let me see if I can. Right? But what I'll do is like try to put the hair up so it won't get caught on my back or underneath me. Or if it's like wrapped under here, you're going to probably sweat. And this will make the hair kink up right here. So you want to like lay it on the opposite side. And if your head's here, you can lay the hair over the back of the pillow like this and sleep like that. I'm telling you, listen, you will find a way. Like, we will find a way to make this hair situation work itself out. Like, so this is like my cute little party all night sleeper tee. I'll have the link to my store for this one as well. But feel free to ask any questions you have at the bottom, or give any suggestions on nighttime routines for natural hair, straight hair, whatever. Let's go ahead and talk about like different tips and tricks that you guys use as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.